I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Things Live, Sunday edition. This is, what is it now? Sunday, February 22nd. And today I'll kick off this conversation by talking about AI again, because I learned about some new stuff happening with AI, some new dangers. Um, the thing with AI, they're building all these data centers, okay, and they have driven the price of RAM through the roof. Now, what the like a stick of RAM you could have gotten last year for $100 now costs $400. So it's in 1 year the price of RAM has quadrupled. Raziel, what's up, Roz? Good morning. Arnis, there he is. What's up, Arnis Bearman? Hey, buddy, how's it going? Glad to have you here. And they're building these data centers in order to keep up with AI, and it's not necessarily to provide room for Chat GPT and all this shit. Uh, Gemini, the large language models that we hear about. Oliver Rust, hanging with Christopher. What's up? Glad to see y'all here. But more to accommodate all these rogue AIs, right? And right now, these things are controlled by people, but they're getting more and more common, and they're being let loose out into the wild of the internet, right, to do their thing. And they're putting pressure on systems, servers, and websites, and they're putting pressure on the systems that the foundation of the internet. So they've got to build all these huge super servers and stuff to accommodate all of this, because AI doesn't go to sleep. AI is moving around constantly, doing stuff 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, just in the short time, since AI has become popular in the last year or so, the AI, these AI constructs have equaled the, what do you call it, the pressure or the space, the activity of humans already. They've already equaled us, right? So in the last year or so, the activity on the internet has doubled because of these AI. Okay, that's twice as much pressure on these servers. That's twice as much time. Twice as much power, electricity being eaten up, everything. So that's a real problem. And now these things are beginning to replicate themselves. They have the ability to replicate themselves now. So it will not be long before the internet is just gridlocked with AI garbage. Gary Shelley, Rachy Rat, Rachy Rach, Melody, Electronic Music Underground. What's up? All right. Well, glad to have you here. Snorting Dandruff. What's up, Snorting Dandruff? Glad to see you here. No, that's Mad Dog 2020. It's red grape wine, Dandruff. Red grape wine, Mad Dog, yeah. But so the problem we're looking at here, staring down the barrel of, is that all these useless, just completely pointless AI constructs, who they're literally just slop, right? It's AI slop. It's not even real AI purposeful shit. It's just shit people are tinkering with, and they let it go, and they're gonna start multiplying like like virus or something, and they're gonna overwhelm the internet, and the entire internet will be gridlocked because of it. And if that happens, if we can't stave that off, um, that would be a grid down scenario, another grid down scenario where, all of shipping, all of medical, the entire economy, the world economy, banking systems, and all that shit, all of and that's just to name a few, all of that relies on the internet. So when yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, harness, yeah, they know it's a threat to human existence, yet they pay to use it. Yeah, and not only that, fall in love with it and become dependent on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Wild Irish Rose dandruff. Yeah, I sure do. Keith Peterson, what's up? Hanging with Christopher. Good to see you here. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Increased digital currency mining and transaction tracking. Yeah. Old man, what's up, old man? OG Tango. How's it going? Glad to see you here. Facial recognition, yeah. Linked cameras and all the rest, yep. Oh yeah, that's coming down the pipe. Yeah, if they can keep the internet up and running. JPC, what's up? Glad to see you here. And like Arnis said, the the really crazy thing is that people are becoming dependent on this AI, and it's like um, becoming dependent on cyanide or something. You know what I mean? It's not good in my opinion. Jim from Maryland, what's up? Yeah, yeah, they hear RAM shortage and run out to get some ASAP instead of waiting for the price to go down. 6 inches of snow there, Jim. All right, hell yeah. Loaded up in a buddy's compact car. Yeah, I've done that, Roz. Yeah, and now if these things start multiplying, start replicating themselves, that's the big worry because and I just read up on it and they say yeah they can replicate themselves, but if they start doing it, if these AI constructs start doing that on a regular basis, it would only take one to replicate itself, and it could replicate itself in in microseconds, and it would grow exponentially from there. In just an hour, it would just overwhelm the entire internet, or a day or something. It wouldn't take long at all, um, before it just completely overwhelmed the system. So, but right now, as of now, it's just uh, people using it. People like I could pay for an AI construct or pay some kind of subscription, and then I could have the AI write and submit code for me. I don't know how to code, a little bit, but I know how to code like I know how to speak Spanish, just a little bit, a couple cuss words. I can get by, maybe ask for something to drink, shit like that. But I couldn't submit code to you know to an actual project, but if I paid a subscription to an AI service, then I could now, and then I could unleash that thing and just have it start looking for projects and submitting them on my behalf. Uh, and that is what people are doing. They're just unleashing these things all over the place, and it's putting pressure on the system because, like I said just a minute ago, AI doesn't have to go to sleep. AI can resubmit code 10,000 times in a minute. They can overwhelm systems. The system is built with people in mind, not these AI constructs. It's not made to deal with these AI constructs. Yeah, honest like sleep sheep to slaughter. Yeah, make all the computer components and run the fiber optics. Yeah, yeah, blue collar work. Yep, that would be the last to go. Yeah, those would be the last jobs to go if they ever go. Maybe AI and robotics will never be able to replace humans when it comes to that stuff. Hopefully. Yeah, you won't notice the difference underground. Yeah, I've got 32 gigs of DDR4 that I'm that I had from a long time ago. 5 6 years ago I bought, and I'm just reusing it. Yeah, we can hope, Roz. Yeah. So it's I really, even if there's even if no harm comes from AI, except for the basic harm that it does to humans. That we see. It's rising, multiplying the cost of our electricity. Uh, it's taking jobs away from people in clerical duties and stuff like that already. Uh, but it's replacing people in jobs. It's and in other ways, it's that they're charging taxpayers to build these data centers, just like they do, sports stadiums. They'll put it off on the taxpayer. Some billionaire wants to move his football team to another city, and they'll put it on the taxpayer to build a stadium. That kind of shit. They can afford to build a stadium or a huge data center, but they can't afford to do anything that actually help people. These are the ways that AI is actually hurting us. In these real ways, right in the pocket. Uh, the other ways that it could hurt us are speculative. You know, but how far are people going to trust this shit? How far are they going to let them go with this stuff? Because whoever I'm not in charge of AI. All right, I'm not the one making this shit. I'm not the one in charge of making rules for it, regulating it, or anything like that. Okay, it's other people in charge of that. Those other people, okay, do they have my best interest at heart, or do they give a shit? Will they sell me down the river to make a few $1 million? Right? Uh, Over and over again, our government has refused to regulate AI in any way. They just refuse to do it. Uh, yeah, Keith, like the Bears moving to uh, Indiana. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, and it's going to be the taxpayers of Indiana who have to pay for that stadium, that new stadium. Yeah, a lot of these jobs are they're just going to be straight up AI. And these companies, they don't have to choose AI. They don't, they can keep things the way they are and keep hiring people. But come on, we know they're going to. Any way that they can increase their profits, reduce their overhead, they're going to take it. Amazon's taking it right now. Microsoft, all these companies, they're cutting people out in every way they can. They're trying to come up with these robots that can sort boxes in their warehouses and stuff, Amazon, and just get rid of all those people. How much easier it would be for Amazon if they could just get rid of 99% of their workforce. It would be so easy to run that company. Yeah, and they would make so much more money. They don't give a shit about us. What's up, Fox? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, no, me neither. Underground. Yeah, yeah, they could all move to Mars uh, for all I'm concerned. You know, we'd all have more money if they did. You know, just point blank, that'd be the truth. We'd have more money if that shit just disappeared. But a lot of people like it, so whatever. To each their own. Yeah, sports are for playing, not for watching. But we need to be aware of this shit, and not embrace this damned AI and spend spend all of our money and all this shit falling in love with AI. To me that is just a foreign concept, especially after watching all the movies I've watched and stuff growing up, from Terminator and the other movies like it. It's hard for me to understand why anybody would fall in love with this AI and just uh, even come close to allowing it to roam free on the internet. It should be so tightly regulated. But as I've said in the past, they will regulate us in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, they'll regulate us. Hell yes. They'll regulate people, common people, but they won't regulate AI. They won't regulate these companies who are creating AI. They won't regulate these companies who are, destroying the planet with pollution and shit. Now they might pass a regulation to appease the masses sometimes, but they won't enforce it. They don't enforce that shit. Uh, all laws and regulations are enforced against us, the people, and never against the huge corporations or the products of these huge corporations like AI. We just don't see that. That doesn't happen. So, Joe, what's up, Joe? Glad to see you here. Yeah, we've been Rach. Yeah, we've been told the dangers of AI for decades, literally for decades. It's almost like watching or being inserted into a slow motion horror movie. I've already seen it played out, many times on the big screen. But now I'm inserted into this reality, and everybody's loving AI. And how and refusing to regulate it, refusing to contain it, refusing uh, to control it and keep it from hurting us. It's gonna run rampant. So uh, once it puts so much pressure on the servers, it's just going to collapse unless we somehow avert it. Now we averted Y2K. We all knew that was coming. Supposedly, that was there are conspiracy theories about that, but supposedly we saw Y2K coming and we averted that, right? So maybe we'll avert this. So maybe we can somehow do something to stop AI from just overwhelming the internet. Shannon, what's up? Oh yeah, yeah, lower label costs. Yep. Yeah, Shannon hit the nail on the head there. That's exactly what they want. Lower labor costs, less headaches. If a company can hire, yeah, or just um, pay a monthly subscription to an AI service instead of hiring me, they don't have to hear me bitch and worry whether I'm going to come in late or file a complaint with HR or any of that. I'm not gonna come knocking on their door complaining that somebody called me by the wrong pronoun and shit. You know what I mean? AI is not going to do that. So it's just way better for a company to have AI instead of people. I get it. I'm not arguing that. Yeah. But is it better for the people? Is it better for us, for these companies that have AI? That's what I'm arguing. Yeah, AI should have to create their own power source and not use any grid power. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Underground. Yeah, that's the sticker, Roz. That's the sticker. Because where does the money come from? Because right now all money comes from human time, our efforts, our time. Now if we cut that out of the equation, where does the value come from? We nothing has any value because no human has spent time on it. An apple hanging in a tree doesn't have any value until a human goes and picks it. So yeah, that's a hard one for me to wrap my mind around, Roz. Yeah. Calling their company Skynet and Cyberdyne. Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, money for nothing and the kicks for free. Do we really want to stop an apocalypse? No, I don't. No, I'm not complaining about it and offering a solution. Like, no, I'm just I'm just talking about it because that's what I like to do. I like to talk about apocalypse scenarios. Very limited scope of what AI can do to lower costs. Well, yeah, but it's increasing functionality and intelligence exponentially. Uh, it's there's the scope of what AI can do to lower costs has increased since we started talking about it just now. So there's that changes every day that they're figuring that shit out, and they're working hard to increase that scope, working very hard. Yeah, we don't need them. Yeah, we don't need AI at all, at all. Exactly, 100%. I'm on board with that. We don't need that shit. Yeah, demonize AI videos. Uh, yeah, I don't watch that AI promoted junk. Now, granted, and I've upfront about this. I use AI image generator to do my thumbnails for two reasons. One, I don't have the time to do them myself, and I don't have the money to pay someone else to do it. If I had the money, I would pay someone else to do my thumbnails for me. I just tell somebody what I wanted, and I'd have somebody else do it, a real human being that I would talk to. But then I'd have to make sure that they weren't generating them with AI. You know what I mean? So that's the thing you have now, because you hire someone to do something and they'll just generate it with AI, and you'll pay them, a couple $100 or whatever to do what you could have done in 5 seconds. Light Day, what's up, Light Day? Uh, Data. What is data? It's just disks with binary code. The little, I think it's electromagnetic or maybe laser burnt into the drive of the disk, and the more and more, that's why self-replicating AI would be so hard. And then the data that they process, right? You have to process the data. So you need all this RAM to process data. And if AI is run around online, it is data. Okay. So every time AI interacts with anything, a computer has to process data because AI is data. So it AI needs more resources than a human does because it's always on, it's always online. I mean, every single second of its existence, it's online and it's awake. So there's not like a downtime for it like there is with us. We're working, or we set our phone down for a few minutes, we go to sleep, and all this other stuff. There's no downtime, right? It's always active, and it's always using electricity. It's always constantly using data processors and all this. RR, what's up, RR Crabman? Good to see you. Folly of turning over human functions to AI. Yeah. Rusty dude, what's up, Rusty? Yeah. How's it going? Rusty found out that the American lesbians are better than the Canadian lesbians now. Yeah. Take that, Rusty. Take that, Canada. Yeah, we kicked y'all's asses. We'll kick some Canadian ass. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'll complain about that too. Underground outsourcing with the H1B1. Yeah, yeah. Just another tool we made that can use to destroy us or improve our daily lives. Um, yeah, but the track record of the government and these multi-billion-dollar corporations, they never improve our daily lives. They might make them more convenient in a lot of ways, but do they ever improve them deeply on a deeper level by interacting with these corporations? Do you ever have more money? Are you ever more intelligent? It's always very shallow shit, right? It's never deeper interaction. It's never helping on a deeper level. Yeah, sure. I can use AI that way. I don't have to think, and then I get stupider. They've shown this with the younger generations. They aren't as smart as the older generations at the same point in their lives. All right, testing shows because they rely on AI. Is that helping them? Having AI instead of real intelligence? I would argue no. That's not helping them at all. It's not helping us to be paid less. It's not helping us to have less jobs. None of this shit helps us. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's more convenient. I don't have to think. I can just ask AI some shit. Ask AI to design me a website, build me a website, ask AI to submit some code for me. I don't even have to learn to code anymore. Yeah, I don't even have to learn to code anymore. Um, I don't, and with text to speech, I don't have to know how to type or write or anything. I can just talk to AI. You know, hey, submit me some code. Uh, send what's his name an email or a text or whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So far, it is undergrad. Yeah, it's getting better though. It's already gotten better in the last year, markedly. Make tar and feathers great again. Hell yeah. Yeah, Rach, Idiocracy was a documentary. Yeah. Hell yeah, old man. That is a positive note. If the apocalypse happens, the grid will go down and it will destroy AI. Yeah, that's a silver lining, isn't it, old man? Some AI stuff is okay. Well, it's getting that stuff is getting better almost daily. All that stuff. They have AI videos now. It's really hard to tell whether it's AI or not. Now you really have to pay attention. Yeah, okay, Wayne Joe. I've heard that before. It's that's one of the hurdles they've got to overcome is the math. Yeah. Yeah. Corporations and governments must once again be made accountable to its constituents. That will solve 99% of our current problems. Um, yes and no are, in my view, my opinion. 99% of our current problems are corporations and government. They are the problem. Asking them to solve themselves, uh, you know, this is not going to happen. We to uh, it's just not going to happen. They're not going to solve themselves. They're not all of a sudden gonna stop enriching themselves and flying out to Epstein Island or whatever the new version is that we don't know about yet. But they're not going to stop this shit on their own. Um, so yeah, they honestly the only way to fix any of that shit is to replace them with something better. Yeah, people are going to lose their purpose worse than they already have. Yeah, that's true. Not if AI watched The Matrix. Yeah, underground. All right, Dead Wolf. What's up, Dead Wolf? Glad to see you here, man. Yeah, our creativity muscles, and that's already been happening when Joe, from the time we were kids, we were outside playing and we had to create, scenarios, and we had to exercise that muscle, that imagination. Okay. Um, we made up games, and the girls would play house and the boys would play Rambo or whatever, and we'd make up scenarios and invent things. Uh, and that's how we played back in the day. Now even millennials, younger millennials, and Gen Z, older Gen Zers, they didn't do that. They were playing video games the whole time. All of the creativity, all of the imagination had already been done for them. They just had to pick up a controller and run around in there. They're not imagining anything and flexing those creative muscles. So that's been going on for a long time, Win Joe, and it's just getting worse. Yeah. Yeah, it'll make them too weak to do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah. Rusty, yeah, kind of creepy. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really talked to AI like that. Um, I typing, I asked it some questions last year sometime. I forget exactly when, but it kind of showed me what it was, and I haven't done it since. I just did that one experiment just so I could talk about it on here. AI killed the video star. Yeah, when Joe. I think all movie stars, all now that is going to happen. No one can argue that. Movie stars, singers, and all this stuff, all entertainment is going to be generated uh, with AI. Okay, when you can generate an entire movie with AI just as good as you can by hiring 1,500 people and crew and everything, but you can just generate it in an hour with AI. You're going to just generate it. Your profits will skyrocket. You know what I'm saying? And they're spending $200 million on a movie when they can spend 200. Of course they're going to do that. So, and we already see it. We already see it with these singers, these AI singers, or AI singers rather, reaching the Billboard top 10 and all this shit, right? This is coming. It's coming. And that'd be great if, whatever, Tom Cruise, they're just made him out of AI or whatever now, or Brad Pitt or whoever, and now he only makes 10 million per movie instead of 20. Okay. But think of all the makeup artists, the sound technicians, all the crew that go along with that you don't hear about, that they just lost their jobs. They're making nothing now. You know what I mean? That's where it's going to hurt. You disable it wherever you can, Hurst. AI movies suck. Yeah. Well, that's improving exponentially, just like anything else. Where's Tangriz? Is Tangriz here? Tangriz, what's up? Oh yeah, I've seen Humanity Bureau. Yeah. Ice Ice Baby back on the charts. I don't know. It sure it could never do that, huh, Rusty? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, most of the movies I have are older too. Yeah. Yeah, the past history shows us. Yep. And even our recent history, depending on more and more on exterior things, technology, chemicals, medication, and all this shit, it never bodes well for us. Oh, Salem's Lot. I haven't seen that yet. Is it good, or are you talking about the old movie? Oh yeah, yeah, that would be. Yeah, well, that's what in military deployments they all have a point of a regrouping point, a rally point called an RP. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea, when Joe, honestly. Yeah, when vampires were scary, not sparkly. Lord of the Rings, all right, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, you just saw the Mad Dog Rich Long? Yeah, it took me a long time to find this, dude. I had to go to like several different liquor stores, and I ended up at a little mom and pop Indian store. Of course, they were foreigners, but wasn't actually mom and pop. It was an Indian store. And then when I told him Mad Dog 2020, he didn't hardly speak English. He didn't know what the hell I was talking about. He took me to some other shit, so I still had to find it on my own. But I showed him this Mad. This is Mad Dog 2020. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was a nice guy. Both Salem lots were good. Rach, Nosferatu, 20 CDs for a penny. Rich, yeah. Shane Harrell, what's up? Glad to see you here. Yeah, bug out weekend. Yeah, there's actually quite a few people who do that. Like going camping on the weekend, but some of them would do it for a whole week or even more. Have a bug out trip like that and practice skills. So that'd be a cool ass hobby. Don't take anything with you. Start your fires and stuff. Keep warm with flint and steel or some other method like that. Just inside the eastern gates. All right. A leering liquor store. Yeah, Arnis. Yeah, a leering liquor store. Yeah, I don't know that I have either. Well, the one in Bram Stoker's Dracula, that was the closest one, I would say, Roz. But he wasn't really scary. He was the creepiest one, I would guess. Rex Chaoticus, what's up, dude? Glad to see you here. What is a Mad Dog 20? Mike Fleisner, what's up, Mike? Gordo, what's up, Gordo? We're drowning in information, but starving for wisdom. Yeah. Amazing how much your girls learn just by hiking up in the mountains with you, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, 20 infantry versus 50 bad guys equals zero bad guys. Yeah, I like that. You got shirt and steel harness? Yeah, me too. I carry that shit around with me. Paying a fortune to live like you're homeless, Hurst. Yep. You've been camping for almost 10 years straight. That's hilarious, Dead Wolf. Boondocking, Roz? Okay. Yeah, I saw Dracula Untold. I actually liked it. I didn't think I was going to. But yeah, that was a good damn movie, in my opinion. I liked it. You drank the Seagram's 2 liters too underground? Yeah. Yeah, we used to get those. Yeah, Gary Oldman. Yeah, Hurst. He was good in that one. Missed the knees you used to have, Hurst. Yeah, all the information in the world doesn't create discernment, RR. You're absolutely right. Yeah, neither does age, Loran. Yeah. Oh, it's 2020 is easy to get, Rach. Yeah. It's hard to find here in the States. Yeah, we had some good times on it and some bad times too. Blade movie's the best. Yeah, that those of y'all who missed it, Arnis told some stories, told some bear stories. I had a blast. I had a great time, Arnis. Thank you. We'll have to do that again. Massive indoor paintball warehouse. Okay. You never lost to the Popo or the military? All right. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Fright Night. Yeah, the original Fright Night, Rich. That was a damn good movie. I like that one. I never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so I don't know. 30 Days of Night, that was a pretty good movie, Rex. Vampires, when I was younger, vampires were my favorite kind of monster, I guess, you know. Um, I just liked vampires for some reason. Actually, when I was in my 20s, I read Vlad the Impaler's a biography about Vlad the Impaler. Um, Vampires just fascinated me. I don't know why. Uh, Now, probably I'm more interested in zombies and shit than I used to be as a kid. Zombies were just kind of boring to me back then. They had a couple good. Well, they've had Walking Dead. That was a good show, and then they had World War Z, which is a good damn movie. I don't know how many of y'all have seen World War Z with Brad Pitt. I like that movie. Oh, the vampire in Preacher. Okay, Jethro, what's up? Glad to see you here. The hunger. Staying at a hotel with no room service when, Joe? Okay, the Hot Rod movie, Shane. Oh yeah, Fox Nightbreed. I've talked about that movie before. That movie's not well known, but it's pretty damn good. Yeah, just cool as shit. There used to be a vampire cult in your area. That's one thing that amazes me is like during when those Twilight movies were really popular, people started making vampire cults, and then during the Matrix movies, people were running around in those long, overcoats, the black overcoats, and the sunglasses and shit. And then the Harry Potter movies, people were wearing. It's like, come on, that shit just blows my mind. Why people try to imitate fake shit in the movies. You never found them frightening. I never have either, except for one. I'd say the creepiest one, the one that came the closest, was that one I mentioned, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, independent training can make each person perform at their peak. Yeah, I agree. Underground. Fear of the Walking Dead. I haven't seen that one, Rach. Yeah, American Graffiti. Yeah, One Rambo Underground. Yeah, yeah. Lost Boys is awesome. That's my favorite vampire movie of all time. Interview with a Vampire is pretty good, Melody. I liked it. It's just not one of those movies I watch over and over again. Metal Gear, what's up, Metal Gear? Oh, that a Vampire Cult in the '80s, really, Crabman? Okay, yeah, Clive Barker was awesome. Yeah, vampires. You mean around you as us, or us as in all of us, Arnis? Because we do have vampires all over the place, just depending on how you define the word vampire. Night of the Living Dead, yeah. Oh yeah, The Thing. Yeah, Wiley Ann, I agree. Wiley, hey, Wiley Ann, what's up? Yeah, The Thing scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Watch that. Yeah, that was a creepy ass movie. Well done, and it still holds up over after all these years. Narcissists or vampires? Yeah, yep. Once Bitten with Jim Carrey. Near Dark, 10 Grizz. I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Arnis, Congress, Senate, the media. Okay. Yeah, they're all vampires. Once Bitten. I remember that kind of. That's another movie that I saw once and never watched again. Yeah, why should the girls have all the fun, Roz? Yeah, Rach, The Thing was a scary ass movie. That's one of those movies that well, the first time you see it anyway, especially as a kid, it'll scare the shit out of you. Dead and Loving It, I haven't seen that one. The Howling, yep. I remember that one. Wolfen, remember Wolfen? Love at First Bite. C-SPAN, the most frightening vampire show, yeah. Because they're actual real vampires. Yep. Oh yeah, Arnis, yeah. Yep, yeah. Um, how about cannibalism and all that stuff that's coming out? That shit's insane. And now we're seeing that art has been imitating life this whole time. And we thought it was just all just make believe stuff. But they're actually doing that shit. Yeah, American Werewolf in London. Good call, Hurst. That's another good one. What does once bitten, twice shy mean? That means you learn from that. Like if a dog bites you on your hand, you won't be as likely to try to give it a piece of food in the near future. But I seem to remember that. That's vaguely familiar, Roz, where Nick Cage was sleeping under his couch. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gordo. I love the Lost Boys soundtrack. Yeah, that was badass. Hellraiser. Yeah. Yeah. Vampire familiars are real. Cry Little Sister. Yeah, Rex. Yep. Contingency Cannibalism, Crabman. I've never heard of that one. A nonfiction book. Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it would, you would think that they would need meat, Arnis. Yeah, conspiracy theorists deserve a huge apology, when Joe. I agree. Yeah, that was American Werewolf in London was scary as hell. Yeah, yeah, Rusty. If it bleeds, it can die. Yep. Yeah, pattern recognition isn't conspiracy theory. Absolutely, Hurst. Yeah, yeah. People who notice patterns now are insane. You're tinfoil hat wearing lunatics. Or if you just think about it and find the pattern in the madness, right? You're a lunatic. Something wicked this way comes. I don't remember that one. That sounds familiar as hell. I mean, I know that those words, but I don't remember. Is that a movie? Wiley Ann? Priest? I've seen that. I don't really remember it though. I'll have to look into that one. Oh yeah, when Joe they are. They're just gay as hell. Yeah, the vampire movies, recent vampire movies. Even that Frankenstein movie that just came out. And I read about it. I read the reviews about it before it came out on streaming and stuff. And I was like, that sounds pretty damn good. Hell, that's just getting rave reviews. Everybody loves it and shit. And maybe y'all would like it, and maybe it's just me. But I watched that Frankenstein movie, and I thought it was gonna be awesome. And I was just like, whatever. It's okay. It's you know, it's not horrible. I wouldn't call it horrible, but it all is not really great by any stretch of the imagination. Uh, and that. that really blows my mind because there's good material there to do something with as far as Frankenstein and stuff. You could make a really good Frankenstein movie. They just don't. I don't get it. Yeah, stop noticing, Fox. Yep. House of Event Horizon. Yeah, that was a good one, dude. Creep your ass out. Yeah, Event Horizon. If y'all like to be scared and y'all haven't seen Event Horizon yet, watch that shit. That shit will put a stain in your underwear. Yeah, that's a damn good movie. Yeah, Columbia House. Yeah, Gordo. Oh, that's where you got the Lost Boys soundtrack. Ah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah. Blame the boomers for vampire movies. Yeah, that's one thing we can blame the boomers for. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's right, Melody. All games have patterns, and if we are in some kind of matrix, then everything has patterns, right? I mean, even Mother Nature has patterns. E-Fog, what's up, E-Fog? Glad to see you here, buddy. Yeah, Umbrella Corporation is real. 10 Grizz. Yep, the original Fog, RR. Yeah, that's some next level shit. The Event Horizon. Yeah, agreed. Iron Lung. I haven't seen that one, Melody. I heard that guy was a YouTuber and he just made the movie himself. He footed the bill for it, and it went to number one in a movie. So it's supposed to be good. Yeah, but that was a YouTuber just wanted to make a movie. He had a good idea for a movie. He thought, and he just made it himself. From what I understand, it's an indie movie. Scream, I've never seen any. I think I saw a part of one of those movies or something. Metal Gear. I never really watched any of the Scream movies. Sunshine. I haven't seen that one. Shannon, what's up, Shannon? I saw Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. That was a really good movie. Yeah, I liked it anyway. You never said Twitch? Yeah, everything has patterns, E-Fog. Oh, Faces of Death. Yeah. Taking the guts out of a human and eating them. I don't know. I don't remember that scene. I remember a lot of them. I remember the monkey scene, the drawn and quartered scene. I remember the big leech scene. Yeah. But I don't remember that one, DVS. What's up, DVS? Glad to see you here. Dean Koontz wrote a good Frankenstein series. Okay. Yeah, I like Dean Koontz. I never really watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer RR. King Kong. You did, Wiley? That's crazy. Yeah. Oh, The Shining. Yeah. I need to get that movie on DVD. That's one that's on my bucket list. That's on a list of my must have DVD movies. Bone Tomahawk, Jethro. Uh, yeah, I saw that a while back. It was pretty damn good. Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, so Melody, that's the guy that made that Iron Lung. Heather's, yeah. Metal Gear. Awesome. Yeah, that drawn and quartered. That's how I rate. That's how I learned the definition because I've read that in books and stuff, drawn, quartered or whatever, and heard the term before, but I didn't understand what it meant until I watched that on Faces of Death. Yeah, that's how I learned the definition of drawn and quartered. That shit was brutal. Twice Upon a Time? No, Laura Ann. Twice Upon a Time. Never heard of it. Amityville Horror. That's a good damn movie, Underground. The Shining and Doctor Sleep back to back. Okay, RR. Is that Doctor Sleep? Isn't that's something to do with The Shining, right, RR? Oh, the Muppets on Acid. Black Sabbath from England. Oh, all right, Melody. Oh, he explains everything. That's awesome. Yeah, cool as hell. Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, me neither, Wayne Joe. I have a hard time with it. Um, they're not the same. It's got to be a really good one. They just don't make movies like Event Horizon or um, and American Werewolf in London and stuff like that. They just don't make that stuff anymore. Uh, you got to go back to and watch a movie that you've already seen 30 times, and then all the surprise factor is gone. But yeah, I can't help but roll my eyes either at most of that shit that they put out nowadays. Oh, you're reading Mutiny on the Bounty, Wiley Ann? Learning nautical terms and punishments? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's an education there. Oh, Hearst. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I've seen that. That movie is so chock full of one-liners. This is my boomstick. First, you want to kill me, then you want to kiss me. Blow. Yeah. Hail to the king, baby. Yeah, classic. Army of Darkness, one of my favorite movies of all time. Verata, Klaatu, nickel, necktie. Definitely an N word. Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, three sheets to the wind, Hurst. Yeah, that's a nautical term. That's another cool thing. You can look back and figure out how we got some of these terms we had, like the whole 9 yards, three sheets to the wind, stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty damn cool to learn how we got the terms, that we use every day and don't honestly know the meaning of the original meaning anyway. Soylent Green, the movie Melody, yeah, that's a pretty damn good movie. Blade Runner Melody, yeah, that's in my top five, definitely. Yeah, top five favorite movies of all time. Yeah, that's an awesome movie. And the new Blade Runner 2049, that was a pretty damn good movie too. You know, it couldn't compete with the original, but it was pretty damn well done. I've watched it more than once, put it like that. 1984, the book and the movie. When Joe, yeah, great, awesome. I love George Orwell and all that shit he said, and all his predictions and everything. Jaws, Rusty Doob. Where's my Jaws? Right there behind me. Right there's Jaws. I love Jaws. Yeah, one of the best movies ever. When down in the hull of that boat where he's telling, the skipper is talking about the when the SS Indianapolis went down and the sharks come and started eating them. That's one of the best scenes in movie history, in my opinion. Yeah, watching an old movie and and seeing a doctor light a cigarette. Yeah, Wiley Ann. 7.9 out of 10 on the IMDb thing. Yeah, right. Yep. And I go by IMDb more than I do that, like the Rotten Tomatoes. The critics, I'll go by the audience score. Um, there's too many of them that are just garbage. that the critics praise it to the heavens, and it's unwatchable filth. You know what I mean? It's just straight up garbage. Yeah, we're living in 1984 now, when Joe. Yeah, you're right about that. The Exorcist made you scared of priests for years. Yeah, that's another scary movie. The first time you watch it as a kid, that shit was scary, dude. Time Bandits. Yeah, that's a classic too. Underground. Yeah. Oh, Grizzly. Yeah, Predator was badass. We have so many Alien, Predator, and how many sequels and spin-offs and shit have they made off of those things now, you know? Just keep rehashing the same shit. Some of them turn out to be good, don't get me wrong. Aliens, the second Aliens, was just a monster of a movie. Great movie. So, you know, I mean, they hit it out of the park once in a while, but not very damn often. Store high in transit? Really? Oh, okay. Perishables being transported on trains. Shit could go bad and smell like shit if it was no way. That's great, Arnis. That's awesome. You would have created lasers day one underground. Yeah, the odor could escape quickly up there. Yeah, that makes sense, Arnis. Oh yeah, the first RoboCop. Yeah, that was a classic too. That shit was intense. Yeah, when I love that scene in the beginning where that robot, you know, you have put your weapon down, you have 15 seconds to comply. Then he puts the weapon down. You now have 10 seconds to comply, and smokes his ass in that boardroom. That was just awesome. One of the best scenes too. Another just amazing scene. No shit. And he had a second one in the garage. Damn, Hurst, I didn't know that. When you told her you watched The Exorcist, right? The right. I think I've watched. I think I've seen that, Lorianne. I think I have. Yeah, the second one with Danny Glover. That was a pretty damn good one. Oh yeah, Dark Crystal was awesome. I just watched that last week, I think. Oh, the a movie came out. All right, I didn't know that. A movie called Grizzly. Guano produces explosive fumes. Oh, Fifth Element's a classic too. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like the Fifth Element too. And 12 Monkeys, Erica. That's a damn good one. Why Fonzie was so full of himself and everybody else sucked up to him, crap man. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Yeah. They're making a Goonies too? Really, DVS? I haven't heard that. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, Goonies never say die, dude. Escape from New York, Metal Gear, classic ass movie. Oh, you got to meet Danny Glover, Arnest? That's cool. Dexter and Breaking Bad. I like Breaking Bad. I've seen that. I would say my two favorite series are Breaking Bad and Vikings. Yeah, I can still hear the banjo music from Deliverance, Tripwire. Yeah, that was. I wasn't really so much of a scary movie, Tripwire, but tense as hell. Right? Would that be called a thriller or something? Just tense and messed up. That was a great movie though. I can't believe I got to see that shit as a kid. Better Call Saul. I've heard that was a good one, Crab. Yeah. I've never seen the series, Erica. Is the series is good? I've been kind of standoffish toward the series because I liked the movie so much, and I didn't want to like ruin the whole thing for myself by watching the series, and it just sucked. I didn't want to get into that situation, so I haven't even watched the series at all. Is it worth watching though, Erica? Is it good? Oh yeah, Smokey and the Bandits, Dukes of Hazard, yeah, Cannonball Run, Convoy. He loves the Fifth Element melody. Okay, yeah, that's a great movie. Squeal like a pig, boy. I haven't seen the remake, Roz. I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a kid, but I've never seen the remake. Yeah, if you can hit the jukebox and make it play free music, you're cool. Yeah, Jethro. Yeah, Peaky Blinders was good as hell. When Joe, yeah, I gotta agree with that. That was bad as hell. It's different but good. Okay, all right, Erica. Yeah, you never encountered anything like that out there, Arnis? No deliverance stuff. Southern Comfort, yeah, yeah, that was a good one. Tripwire. Yep. Low budget science fiction. Okay. It's the making time machines in basements and shit. Yeah. Mess with your boss and play the deliverance riff. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. When you start hearing banjos, you've definitely gone too far into the backwoods, Shannon. There's no maybe about that shit. Yeah, there's no maybe about that. You start hearing banjos, you need to start paddling back upstream. Yeah, you've gone too damn far. Oh, time travel romance. Yeah, that what is it? I married a time traveler. My damn. Uh the wife of a time traveler or something like that. That's a damn good movie. Yeah, it just went too far woke for me. I watched the first season and started watching that second season, old man, The Last of Us, and it just went too far for me. Um, but yeah, it was all right until it just went off the rails. Any which way but loose, Shane. Yeah, Weird Science. Yeah, that's another great movie. Yeah, yeah, War Games, No Ammo, and some pissed off hillbillies, Rusty. Yeah. Time Traveler's Wife. That's it, Rach. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. They wandered off in the bayou where they were not welcome. Yeah, crap, man. Yeah. Great premise for a movie. Tomcat, what's up? Dedication and extreme humility. Yep. Everyone needs more of that. You can't have too much dedication and humility. Foot bathing. No, the only time I ever actually seen that Tomcat was in that movie about they were the moonshiners. I'm not gonna be able to remember the name of it now. Highlander, yeah, they're remaking the Highlander Metal Gear with that dude. with the dude who played the Man of Steel. Can't remember his name right now, but I've got high hopes for that one. I don't know how high my hopes are for the He-Man movie that's coming out this year. We'll see. I just hope it. I hope it's all right. Testament, practice what you preach. Yeah. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay, Lorianne. I've never seen that. I'm one of the few who've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, yeah, RR. I hope they get the remake right. Be the first one. Heemstra, what's up, Heemstra? Glad to see you here. Yeah, Henry Cavill, Metal Gear. That's who's doing it. He's being now I'm not now I can't think of the character's name, but he plays the main character in Highlander. Steins Gate. I've never heard of that one. You had to do foot bathing in your old church in the 70s? Okay. Yeah, Henry Cavill. Lawless, yeah, Tangriz, that's the name of it. Lawless. They were doing that foot bathing thing in that movie Lawless. That's a badass movie too. I forget when it came out, but that was a more recent movie, I'll say, about moonshine runners and shit back in the back during the Prohibition, and got that kid Shia LaBeouf in it and stuff. But that is a kick-ass movie. That's a real damn good movie. Badass. So yeah, if y'all run across that one, it's called Lawless, and it's a damn good movie. Oh yeah, yeah, Wenjo. No, you're absolutely right. And I've seen videos from like news and stuff from back in the '80s where they will walk around with a mic and what do you think about racism and stuff, and black people and white people and everybody would just like, yeah, I don't, doesn't bother me, nobody, I don't know any races or anything, I've never had any problem with it, you know what I'm saying? uh so I think the pendulum swings, and the '80s was like the medium, the happy medium there. Everybody kind of got along as well as people can get along. Not saying it wasn't perfect, but everybody got along as well as they. And then it kept swinging, and the media and the government and all this shit has divided us, and it's gone off the rails again. This we're living nowadays. We're living like in not exactly the same situation, but as far as intensity goes, like back almost during the civil rights movement and all that shit. Race is just such a hyper focus, and it's we had it right when we were kids, and we're the only ones to hold on to that. And from what I've seen, Connor McLeod, Rach, yeah, that's the one. That's his name. Yup, yeah, Metal Gear. Connor McLeod, right? Beastmaster is a great one too. Madam's Apple. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Tangriz, Gen X has class and good taste in movies. I agree, dude. Oh, Mad Max. All right. That's why your dog's name is Max, Shane. Road Warrior. Oh, yeah. Melody. Yeah. A lot of mine were too. No, we didn't stress over that shit. I mean, that didn't even cross our minds. It it literally didn't. We weren't stressed about that shit. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that those and then they've twisted it and manipulated the language and shit. If you look up the word racist in Webster's dictionary, you'll realize it doesn't even mean what we think it means. So they've twisted our language into now we're calling everybody a racist because if if you don't want illegals coming over here taking jobs and bilking our government for billions of dollars, then you're a racist, and that's got nothing. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, with a little more money, Lorianne. Yeah, yeah. The games are better, Roz. The first Silent Hill game is probably my favorite video game of all time. That first Silent Hill was just awesome. Yeah. More stressed about dodgeball, Melody. Yeah, that was some stressful shit back in the day. Yeah, yeah, I thought so too. I thought it was done. I thought it was just, it would just linger on a little bit with the older people, and we'd move on, and that shit would die out. That's what I thought, Arnis. But they brought that shit back with a vengeance, didn't they? Yeah, sticks and stones, Jethro. Exactly, absolutely. Yeah, exactly, Rusty. Same way with me the whole time. Your color didn't matter, but if you were cool, if you were if you liked the same stuff we liked, whether you were black, Mexican, Asian, we did not give a shit. I mean, it wouldn't even come up into conversation. You know what I'm saying? It would, it just had no bearing at all. Now they're saying that being colorblind like that is racism. You're racist. If you don't judge people by the color of their skin, you're racist. That is, I've seen that many times on the internet, and it's just utterly ridiculous. Dodgeball built character, yeah, and calluses. Once a white supremacist, Shannon. Okay, now white supremacy, that is racism, or black supremacy, or brown supremacy. If you believe that your race is superior to all others, then that is the definition of racism. Battlestar Galactica and Star Trek, yeah. Yeah, you got to care to feel stress first. Yeah. That was an odd dynamic, Shannon. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. You played the Silent Hill game and then went to the movie to watch it and fell asleep. Yeah, yeah, we're aware of all of them. Yeah, exactly. It's hard to be racist when you have other races in your family, which I do. You know, I can't hate my cousin because of the color of her skin or whatever. It's just uh, and a lot of us Gen Xers grew up like that. Either we had good friends or family who were of basically another race, or half of another race or whatever. We're all mutts to a certain degree now anyway. So all this racist shit is just mind boggling. Blue Max biplane war game. Okay, I've never heard of that one. Yeah, yeah, that it taught you how to man up, RR. That's for sure. No, don't read the book or play the game and then see it in the movie. Yeah. All right, Melody. I love that. I've never seen the movies, but I love that first game. That was just an amazing game. Fallout New Vegas. I've never played that, Roz. Okay. Yeah. I might play it one day in the future when I get time, but I haven't played it yet. Okay, the Hitman movie. I've never seen that one either. What part of that Titanic movie was the best? I don't know. It was pretty damn well paced all the way throughout. I liked the whole damn thing. Two Vietnamese cousins, Roz. Yeah, exactly, Hurst. Nobody gives offense. People only take offense. Yeah, a Hellraiser with a full-on X rating, Tripwire. No shit. Tron didn't translate well. When the ship broke in half was the best part. Crab. No blood, no foul. Yeah, DVS. Yep, I remember that. Okay, I've never played the Blade Runner game, Shane. What system was that on? Was that on the PlayStation? Yeah, yeah. 1980, what's up, 1980? Yeah, it was a happy medium. We went from the 60s to the 80s and then on past, and they just ran away with it. And now here we are today. So, Doom movie didn't hold up. No, Underground. I agree with you. Yeah, Shannon, you can find something to be offended by. Yeah, the color of the grass, anything, anything. You can be offended by any damn thing. Yeah, good point, Wenjo. Wenjo says, I don't think I've seen a movie remake that I thought was better, but music, however, Disturbed with the Sounds of Silence, Metallica's Tuesday's Gone. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I agree, Wenjo. I agree too. That shit was awesome. But no, I don't think they've redone a movie, not in our lifetime. Now, they've redone movies from back before I was born, and I watched them, and I would say that they outdid the old ones. They're better than the old ones if I go back and watch the old one now. But they've never remade a movie that was made after I was born. In today's, I don't know what happened where they can't, where the writers or whatever can't improve on anything. Sega. Yeah, watching Rose say, I'll never let you go just before she let him go. Yeah, Trip. Yeah, that's awesome, Trip. Yeah, the Children of Dune, the Dune and the Children of Dune in 2003. I don't remember those. I know they were made, but I don't really remember them. Yeah, we have no right to not be offended. Blazing Saddles is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I hope so, Rusty. I hope we'd be hard to offend. um, in this day and age where everyone is literally looking for something to be offended by, looking for something, some reason they can call themselves a victim, right? Uh, I hope to hell that we would be better than that, stronger than that. Django Unchained, that was a pretty damn good movie. I like that one. I got to admit, you boy. I'm not going to remember the director's name now that I want to say it, but I like almost all of his movies. Inglorious Bastards, Pulp Fiction, all those movies. The one with the ninja girl. Shit. Kill Bill. Yeah, those are great movies. The Outsiders followed the book without a bunch of theatrical changes. Okay, Gordo, I didn't know that. Yeah, accuse and assume, Laura Ann. That's what they do. Yeah. Yeah, there was enough room for both of them on that door, Shannon. Yeah, offended by people who get offended easily. Reservoir Dogs. That shit was awesome too, RR. Quentin Tarantino, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Jethro. Thank you. Oh, all right. Keith, in a comic format. Yeah, you got that's true, Rusty. Yeah, you got to care to be offended. Start a bar fight anywhere in the world with a cup of coffee and a smile. Yeah. Oh, Outlaw Josie Wales from the book Gone to Texas. Very little change from that storyline. That's one of my top two favorite movies. I love Outlaw Josie Wales. Swamp Thing. I never saw Swamp Thing. I just saw Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure a couple days ago. Lonesome Dove series, 10 Grizz. Yeah, that's awesome. I haven't seen the newest Crow movie. They just came out with one last year. I don't know how good it is. Uh, they rebooted it or whatever. Hanging with Christopher, Swamp Thing could have been better. Yeah, I never saw the Swamp Thing. I don't know why. Seems like I would have, but that's one of those movies. There are some movies that are really popular that a lot of people have seen, but for some whatever reason, I just never saw them. But with my parents moving all over hell, uh, it's not surprising. Jet Li beats up an entire gang without spilling his tea. Jet Li was the shit. I heard he's got cancer. That's why he quit making movies. Oh yeah, what's up? Oh yeah, yeah. We do need communication outside the internet. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They need to have everybody crying if some Charles Bronson started beating up pedos and stuff. The new Crow sucked. Oh, you heard that the new Crow sucked. All right, Hurst. Yeah, we weren't raised. We were trained, Christopher. Yeah. Oh yeah, the old animated Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, Jethro. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Yeah, yeah, me too. RR, yeah. Brandon Lee AI. What do you mean, Christopher? Brandon Lee AI? Yeah, Duvall was great in Lonesome Dove, and he said that was his favorite role of all time. Yeah, they didn't finish that one. Hurst. Yeah, I wish they would have finished it too. Let It Ride, starring Richard Dreyfuss. I loved what was that movie? What About Bob? Richard Dreyfuss was in that shit. What About Bob? Holy crap, that was a funny movie. Looker, 1981. I've never seen that one. Never heard of it. Underground? Down and Out in Beverly Hills. I have seen that one. Yeah, he was great in everything. Jethro. Yeah, I agree. Nah, no, I've never seen Brian's song. Yeah, yeah, they were hilarious, Crab Man. No, yeah, yeah, there are quite a few of us with mobility problems, but we can get around that shit. Yeah, they like to fake caring, Mike. Yeah, that's the name of the game today. You fake caring, like you fake like you give a shit about something else, you know. But if it came down to it, if you wanted to free Palestine or whatever, but you had to give up your iPhone to do it, would you? Hell no. Hell no. You know what I mean? So so people want to talk all this big game about how much they care and pretend and stunt and pose like they're these caring people, but they wouldn't sacrifice a damn thing for any of it or any of them. Scanners, yeah, I remember Scanners. Oh, Legend of the Falls is a damn good movie. Yeah, Fox. Oh, Falling Down. Yeah, you can relate to that damn dude. Oh, Tripwire, yeah. Did you read the books though, Tripwire? I started watching that series and all I did I couldn't even I watched like 5 minutes into or 10 minutes into the first one, and I've been reading those books since they first came out in the early '90s. I've read that series over and over again, but I watched like 5 minutes of that first episode. I turned that shit off. That was so yeah. I just didn't do it. So I don't know. Maybe the series, if I'd have kept watching it, maybe it was good, but I just couldn't do it. Yeah, pick a war, any war. Summer school, yeah. Yeah, Dark City. I've seen that. Hell, I watched that a couple times last year. Yeah, pretending to care. Yeah, they don't want to get kicked out of the group. Yeah, Wiley Ann, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. They gotta support whatever, I'm with Palestine or whatever the hell, but they don't really give a shit, you know. Um, but you're not allowed to say that. You're just not allowed to say, I don't give a shit. Let them kill each other. You know, in today's society, I do it all the time because I don't care. Let them kill each other. Just don't take my money. You know, don't fund them killing each other with my money. If they're going to kill each other, let them do it. I don't give a shit. Uh, but you can't say that now in their little circles or whatever, um, because some of y'all might disagree with me on that, and I understand, but I don't think that many of y'all will get angry at me for having an opinion that's different than your own. Where the rest of the sheeple out there, that's what they're all about. You'll get ostracized from the group for having a different opinion. So yeah, it's insane. Braveheart, classic movie, Lynn Joe. Braveheart and Dancing with Wolves are two of my favorites. Great outdoors. Yeah. Yeah, they're eating their own at this point. Yeah, you're right. They call me Bruce. All right. I don't know what they're supposed to be free in Palestine from. I don't know. Um, all I know is that that shit's been they've been fighting over there since way before I was born, and they're gonna fight over there until way after I die. So I don't care why, you know, just don't spend my money on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's the only thing I care about is sending my money over there. 60. Oh yeah, 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, those are synonymous with Gen X. Yeah, yeah, screw those idiots, Hurston. The current thing. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Clan of the Cave Bear. I love those books, Melody. I love those books. And the movie too. The movie was pretty damn good. What about A Quest for Fire, Melody? You see A Quest for Fire? That was a damn good. Not a line of dialogue in the whole damn movie. A great movie. Yeah, Quest for Fire. Yeah, yeah, you almost have to RR throw Last of the Mohicans in there with them. Those are great. Or that's a great damn movie. Yeah, Ching Ich Cook. Yeah, me too, Roz. Yeah. Rooney eats it. Somebody written on the bus, Rooney eats it. When Rooney gets on the bus, he looks up and sees that shit. You want a gummy bear? It's soft and warm. Been in my pocket. Oh yeah, 13th Warrior. That was a box office flop, Jeff, but a damn good movie. Wasn't it Dean Koontz that wrote that movie? Who was that? No, that wasn't Dean Koontz. It was Michael Crichton. Uh wrote that book that movie was based on, Eaters of the Dead. Uh but yeah, I love that movie. It didn't do well at the box office, but I really liked it. I watch it every chance I get. Oh, you did watch Quest for Fire, Melody? Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Oh, you just got the book, Wiley Ann? Okay, after you finish Mutiny, all right. Yeah, Wiley Ann, we got to get our book club started. Maybe we'll start with Last of the Mohicans. You got to email me, Wiley Ann, and let me know when you're going to start Last of the Mohicans, so I can start it at the same time, and we'll get our book club, and anybody else who wants to join us can read along with us. I can never catch you on here, Wiley Ann, to get in touch with you to get our book club started. Oh, Back to School? Yeah, Jason, that was a classic. Yep. The triple indie. Yeah. Yeah. Better Off Dead. Yep. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I want my $2. Bulletproof Monk. I haven't seen Bulletproof Monk. A River Runs Through It. I've seen that movie. I haven't read the book there. Yeah, I haven't read that book. Dazed and Confused. Yeah, Office Space is another classic ass movie that I love. I love that movie. It's just that when that scene that's another classic scene. Some movies just have a scene that you could prop up, it's just classic and the best, one of the best scenes of all time when they are beating the shit out of that printing machine in the middle of that field. Uh, that's another scene that is just awesome. Oh, Cujo, a great book too. Another great book, Underground, and a good movie. Yep, Godfather. Yeah, yeah, the red stapler. Yeah, Crab Man, Multimax. Dudes on lewd shouldn't drive. Yeah, Dead Zone book is good. Thinner, all those books from back in the 70s and 80s that Stephen King wrote. He was on fire back then. Nowadays, uh, it's hard. I haven't read anything. The last book I read that he wrote was Misery. Wayne Beatty, what's up, Wayne? Glad to see you here. They call me Bruce. Yeah, Old Yeller. Yeah, and Where the Red Fern Grows. I think Where the Red Fern Grows was actually the first book I really read when I was a kid, and that's what got me kicked off on reading. Yeah, I just love that book so much that I, went on to read Shane and Call of the Wild, White Fang, and all that shit. Yeah, followed the story. Keith Cujo did. Yeah, that's sort of how you acted when you worked in an office. Oh, okay. Yeah, Christopher. Hell yeah. Meeting interesting people. Interesting people is just awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. We don't mention him very often, but yeah, Christopher Reeve as Superman. I love that movie. I have it. I own it on DVD. Yeah, that is just so killer. Yeah, great movie. Great movie. One of the only really good superhero movies from back when we were kids, right? They didn't have all the X-Men movies and all this shit they have now. They only had Superman, right? Uh, that was it. I can't remember another really good Superman or superhero movie. I guess the first Batman they kind of did. That was later though. So I guess you could count the first Batman. Yeah, Dragon Slayer ahead of its time. RR Excalibur. Yeah, I just watched that not too long ago too. Yeah, we're all trauma bonded. Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, that first Star Wars trilogy was amazing. All of them. Oh, of Mice and Men, really, Wenjo? That's a deep one to read as a kid. Holy shit. Yeah, yeah, they were. They were better back then. Oh yeah, I used to love those Rusty, the old Davy Crockett and Daniel Boone TV series. Yeah, yeah, the original Superman was groundbreaking. Yeah, I saw the movie Ten Grizz, Where the Red Fern Grows. I saw the movie years ago, just once, but it was pretty damn good. Yeah, Batman 1989. Yeah, that was next level shit too. Oh, you had to read Gone with the Wind. Holy shit, that's a big book to chew on. Oh yeah, yeah, I know I was upset too when old Christopher Reeve broke his back riding horses. I was like, damn, dude. Yeah, Rain of Fire. That's a pretty good, damn good movie. Rusty Dude about dragons. Yeah. Oh, okay. You have two hounds right now, Underground. Call of the Wild was your first book, Ten Grizz? Okay. I forget which one of those two I read first, Call of the Wild or White Fang, but it was one of those two. Um, but that turned me on to Jack London. I loved him ever since. Animal House. Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Yeah. What the hell? Can't read, can't write. I mean, these kids are starting college and they're functionally illiterate. Ah, come on. They're just talking to their AI and stuff. So it's pitiful. Yeah, that was a good one, Roz. Rain of Fire was a good one. Yeah, her new shoes look like Spicolis, Gordo. Oh, all right. You watch Fast Times with her? Yeah, the SS of the Star Wars, Christopher. Yeah, stormtroopers. Oh yeah, Melody. Yeah, the ending of the Game of Thrones, and the books are even worse. Have you read the books, Melody? I read the books, and the guy George R. R. Martin, he still hasn't finished the fifth book, let alone the series. But it's been 14 years he's taken to write this one book. But yeah, the thing with that, Melody, is that there was no character development. They didn't give Daenerys time to go crazy or any reason. She just woke up one day and she was nuts and killing everybody. Right? No character development, no progression of her, of her madness, or how she went insane over there. She just woke up one day and started killing everybody and was insane. Uh, they wrapped up the entire second half of the series of books in one season. So yeah, that ending sucked. The books are far better, but I don't think that George R. R. Martin is going to finish them. They'll probably AI will finish him after he dies. Oh, okay, Rusty. Miniseries Klondike. Okay. Spaceballs 2. I heard they're coming out with a Spaceballs 2. I don't know if it's this year or next year. Yeah, parental control. Yeah. Yeah, like live or live. Yeah, when Joe. Well, we'll see. They're getting better with it every day, so we'll see if it can ever like truly communicate in a human fashion. But a lot of humans don't know the difference between live and live. You know what I'm saying? So, what are we talking about, honestly? Oh, something about Mary Crab, man. That's a classic comedy. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, Lauren. Yeah. Yeah. Punctuation is a microaggression. Yeah. For those of you who didn't know. Willow. Mad Mardigan. Yeah. You are great. Yeah. I love that movie, dude. Oh, To Build a Fire? I haven't read that one, Jeff. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Next year, RR. Okay. Yeah, and you got to use your mind, Rusty. When you're reading, you have to use your mind to visualize all this stuff. I mean, you're reading it, but you're filling in the background in your mind. You see a castle and they'll describe the castle, but you in your mind, the castle's in a setting. It might be winter or summer or spring or fall, might be big trees or little trees or whatever. You're using your mind. Doc Shelley, what's up, Doc? Casca, the Eternal Mercenary? Never heard of it. Is it badass? Hauling square pigs to make them easier to ship. No shit. No, I've never seen Space Truckers, dude. I like Eddie Murphy's movies too, man. Yeah, yeah, Laura Ann, I do believe that. The version of AI that the government has and the power is even above them, that version of AI is way above our own. Yeah, way above our own. The stuff that we're being allowed to to interact with, yeah, they've got AI that's way beyond that. Yeah, cursive texting so we can have our own secret language. That would be kick ass. Trading Places was classy. I just watched that one not too long ago. Underground. Yeah, Nim. This, what was that one called? I thought it was The Secret of Nim or something like that. RR. That was a great damn movie. The animated movie about the rats. Yeah. My Side of the Mountain. Coming to America was good too. Heavy Metal. Yeah, well, I watched about three-quarters of it the other day. I either fell asleep or something. We had to go to work. Something interrupted, but yeah, I started watching Heavy Metal on that. I think it's on Tubi. Yeah, speak normal in next few years and fly under the radar. Melody. Yeah, Belgariad and the Melorian. No, I haven't seen that tripwire. You have Raw and Delirious stored. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He had some hilarious shit, Roz. Yeah, nothing to do with Gen X. Yeah, yeah, RR, The Secrets of Nim, where the Nim was like some kind of laboratory or something, and they were doing, they were experimenting on the rats. Oh, all right, you had to watch it at a friend's house, Melody. No shit. Heavy Metal in the theater when you were 6. All right. That's awesome, Underground. Is Gen Z here? Oh, we got a couple of Gen Zers that hang out with us, but I haven't seen them today. Yeah, they could learn a lot hanging out with us. That would be cool. I would like to see more of them hang out with us. We got a couple of them though. Yeah, yeah, that would be awesome to bring them along for the ride. Okay, made them super smart and gave them longer lifespans. All right. Yeah, I just watched it. It was a few months ago though. So when did Gen Z get old? They're not old yet, are they? Yeah, we need to bring them along. Yep. Give them a chance. Hopefully they'll rise to the occasion. All right, everybody, our 2 hours is up. It's been a good one. Uh, I think we had a really good time today. I know I did. I hope you did as well. Talking about movies and all, uh, nostalgia. Delved into AI today. Talked a lot about that. So I think that's an important topic in this day and age. We need to at least keep it in the conversation. Keep talking about it. Yeah, oh yeah, that was awesome. Westworld. Yeah. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Our next one will be what is today? So Sunday. So tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Eastern time, we'll have another show. I invite y'all to hang out with me if you are up that early in the morning. So I'll say goodbye to RR, hanging with Christopher, Wenjo, Melody, Laura Ann, Jethro, Electronic Music Underground, Tomcat, Shane Harold, Raziel. Who else we got? Crabman. Let's see. Did I say Wenjo already? Hanging with Christopher. Doc Shelley. I know Shannon was here. Wayne Beatty. DVS. Tripwire. Did I say Shane Harold? I don't think I said Shane Harold yet. Rusty Doob. Let's see. I know I said Tomcat. I'm pretty sure I said Raziel. Jason Cheney. I didn't say Jason Cheney yet. Rich Long. 10 Grizz. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Gordo. Can't forget Gordo. Yeah. I said Melody. Wiley Ann. 1980 was here. Crabman was here. Yep. All right. I think I got everybody. My boy Mike Fleisner. If I did not call out your name, I apologize. I really appreciate your time, but the only way I have to find y'all is just scroll back up through the chat, and I miss people. Fox in a Shed. Rach. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Metal Gear. Wanda, what's up? Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I really appreciate your time. I value your time, and it means a lot to me. So thank you so much. All right. Y'all have a great evening and a great upcoming week. As always. Oh, wait, we gotta do our dedication, don't we? Who gets the dedication today? Let's see. Wiley Ann. Wiley Ann. We're going to dedicate the spiel to Wiley Ann today. All right. So here you are, Wiley Ann, from 1984. A dedication just like we used to do on the radio. This spiel's for you. As always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, it's only $2.99 a month, and I'll put that link down in the description, or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. But I really appreciate all the support from the members out there. This is the members banner here, and I really appreciate these people. They support the channel directly through memberships, and it helps out a lot, so thank you very much to all the members. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. Gen X things and Gen X branded stuff, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description too for any of you who are interested. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Things, please put those down in the comments, or you can email us, and the email is genxthings@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.